Yeah, man, this your guy Kimbo Grady, man. Back with another reaction to this one. I want to react to Peter Santenello. I watched this video of him at the border with the Texas sheriff, and to me, man, this was very informative. He taught me so much about the border that I didn't know, man. So y'all know what we got to do first, man. This is a reaction up under fair use, man. So let's go.
No gangster, so watch how you treat me. Yeah, I'm the shit, bitch, 100% feces. Calling the police is the only way you peep me. Rapping for the streets, baby, cause the streets need me. Never turn my back, baby, cause the streets feed me. Been holding it down in the streets since I was a BG. Stunned ass niggas out here can't see me. I speak my mind like the late great Pimp C. I got to get the dough for show flow like Bun B. I'm good with the chopper like a terrorist from overseas. Hood triple folk, southeast side of the triple D. Greedy Grove, nigga, and take a ride with me. But don't get in this car if you ain't down to die with me. I surround myself with real. Stay away from fakes, cause these boys be snitching on first 48. You can't be a real nigga with hoe ass traits.
With hoe ass traits, nigga, pressure bust pipes. How much pressure can you take? Yeah, man, y'all know I be doing different videos on different subjects, different stuff, man. You never know what I do, man. What I'm like, I just actually really sure shit's just interesting me. No real set agenda or nothing. It just I run across some shit that I feel like is educational and I want to share with my people, man. So let's go.
Okay, this is the border.
Oh shit.
Sheriff in Texas answers to no one but the people.
There used to be a crime.
The worst we've ever.
I'm starting right quick, baby.
We're on adventure.
Right. We're on adventure.
Okay, this is the border.
Sheriff in Texas answers to no one but the people.
There used to be a crossing.
This is the worst we've ever.
Go ahead and skip the intro.
An interesting part of the country.
Skip the intro. Skip the intro. Get to the good part, man.
It's not all about flying helicopters and getting great stories. It's about what's really happening on the ground.
Here we are
in Texas. So
Texas,
I had my idea of
roughly
what the
an hour and a
border was
half
like.
from the Mexican border.
Bro,
and over the last
year
and a half, there's been a huge increase in migrants coming over the border into Texas and the rest of the country. Now, it's been very difficult to get access. I did a series last year on it. In this video, we're meeting up with a sheriff, which is next to impossible to get on camera. Over the last 2 years, I've tried very many.
Sheriff cool in the morning.
Councils and answer to.
Okay. Yeah, that sheriff
People
I was like that nigga. Like,
so sometimes my
down
job
earth.
required, causes me to, to step in where I see maybe something's not right in law enforcement. Because that's what our job is versus other people who answer to city councils and answer to, boards or answer to, an elected sheriff in Texas answers to no one but the people. That's it. We don't have a boss. If they don't like you, they get rid of you in 4 years.
This is a checkpoint, yeah?
Yeah, this is the 118 checkpoint.
Facts. I heard that.
You said it's closed?
Yeah, it's closed.
That guy said the Texas sheriff don't answer to nobody.
Why?
Not enough men to man it today.
So hold on. So the border be empty like this? Nobody never told me this. I had no idea.
They'll close it. See those cones of that you can tell when it's closed because you don't usually avert you into the checkpoint to do your stuff.
So don't the traffickers know when it's open and closed?
They do know. Well, that's because they have scouts, and that's usually these traffickers have two vehicles: a scout vehicle and what they're loading.
That's what I was thinking.
Can we cross? Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, they'll come through when the Border Patrol can't, they know they're watching it right now. This is where we need, manpower is at our checkpoints,
Okay.
And our checkpoints.
So you mean to tell me that the fucking checkpoint on the border is open like this, and all these politicians be telling us about build a wall, we're gonna do this. All right, Trump.
Can't man it. We don't have it. And nobody's applying, or if they're applying, they're not getting men here fast enough to do it.
Okay, so Mexico's how far from here?
Oh, we still got about 74 miles.
Are we gonna go close?
Oh yeah, we're going there.
Oh, we're going.
Yeah.
Okay. We're on adventure.
We're on adventure. You want to go to see the river, but yeah, this is where they'll drop them. They'll drop them further back.
They'll drop them. You mean like they'll be coming on in a car?
Yeah, and they'll unload them way back there at Elephant Mountain.
Man, this shit. I be thinking I know. Say, so they drop the people off before they get to the border, and they walk way back around and they pick them up again. Damn.
And then they'll make their way either around this checkpoint to Alpine or on to Marathon.
So let me get this straight. Elephant Mountain's in the U.S.
Yes.
So what do you mean they drop them there?
They'll pick them up at the border.
Okay, on the U.S. side.
On the U.S. side, and drop them. And then the car will come through the checkpoint. Checkpoint clears them as U.S. citizens or whatever. They go on, and they know they got pickup places for them.
Okay, so this is a heavy traffic area on foot out in this desert.
Yes. On both sides, really.
Okay.
But what happens though, sometimes the coyote brings them, and they get lost and migrate into some of these ranches and stuff like that. The ones that know get led, they know exactly where to go. They know we're getting water, they know where houses are getting food in. So,
yeah, you need one of the micro-utensils.
Pretty organized. This country right now has a thirst for cheap labor and also for the narcotics that come across this border. If we didn't have it, we didn't have jobs for them, if we didn't have the people wanting other drugs, maybe we wouldn't have about a problem. You can take this all the way back to Prohibition when they were smuggling whiskey.
Damn, and that's a good point, Sheriff. America is one of the biggest consumers of these drugs, so they gonna find a way.
Across this border, cigarettes.
Right.
They were doing that in the 30s, 20s, and 30s for the same reason. It's because we wanted them. I can tell you, a lot of the marijuana that we get that is sent back through the mail, that our post offices catch, that we catch in the post office, we catch, or we know is coming back, comes from up north.
So they sending it down there.
Making a more quality, marijuana or whatever. Because a lot of this weed coming up is just trash weed. It's cheap and
break weed.
Yeah, and then I think a lot.
Say, man, Sheriff know what he talking about, man. Sheriff say stuff that's come to what they call the Mexican. I'm gonna call it the Mexican weed. It's trash. It's BS. So they mailing the good kush to Mexico. I had no idea, man. See, this shit is very informative.
What happens with this weed? It's a decoy to keep us busy while more dangerous drugs are coming through.
Okay.
Their intel is as good as the best Army or Border Patrol intel there is.
The cartels.
Yes. You got to remember, across our border here, there are villages and stuff, and the cartel has so much money. They help these people. Yeah. They help the village people. They give them. They take their kids to the dentist. They take their kids to the doctor. They build loyalty with their service. They're a criminal organization, but they're building loyalty, and all they ask is, hey, when you see something, let us know. When you hear something, let us know. Right. And it's all information. Right. I found a guy in this brush line right here. He was in there hidden, and I didn't see him. And on the way back, there was two ladies, and they'd stopped. He had raised his hand, and they were driving slow enough that they actually saw him. And I got out, and because I thought they were trying to climb this fence, it's private property. out, they had a man there, and they'd given him a couple of bottles of water, and his leg was shattered. It was cold, and he was dirty. And I drug him under the fence, got him on the side, called an ambulance, and the ladies left. Me and him had a great conversation. I asked him how many people were with him. He said there were 12 or 13, but he fell off a bluff over
great
there
conversation
on the side and broke his leg. And his friend said, "We'll help you out. We'll carry your backpack for you and your stuff." And they took off and left him. Took his water and his food, left him to die.
They say they want to leave him there dead.
Here, and anyway, we ended up getting him to the hospital. And when we talked to him about, I'd say, your amigos, and he finally told me, spoke enough English. He'd been in the country here before. He said, "Don't you say that they're not my amigos anymore." He used some bad words, by the way, when he told him, but he was pretty upset.
Damn.
So you've saved some of these guys, other than that one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there.
It's not like the cartels.
There are 12 guys in a group, you know. It's
Does
not.
the Zetas control this territory and the
They're
frontier?
on the other side of the county here. We hear less and less about them. They're still the muscle for the cartel. They're just put in that category of the cartel, but they still exist.
So supposed to
So tell them 15 minutes. Homeland Security apparently has made a stop, and I have deputies that are sitting on another car's coming with more bodies than what they've got.
So is there a
Trying to go and get to that. Damn, boy, you getting exclusive front row view. There's some real journalism. For real, man.
Got some guys here in the trucks. This was the vehicle, it looks like. Hi guys. Good. Sheriff, what do we got here?
What we're gonna do is can you drive? You got a driver's license?
Yeah, of course.
You're gonna drive. Follow me.
That's they talk.
I'm following you in this.
Drive. You're gonna follow me. Where we're gonna go? Get in.
That's legal.
We're gonna go.
All right.
Dang, they don't get in the trafficker's car. Damn.
Okay, so what was the story with those guys?
Apparently they caught them.
That's some hell of a content.
They've been setting up on them or something. They caught them. From what it looks like is HSIs. They've been detailed. They're from up north. They've been detailed down here to the river, I guess, to aid and help Border Patrol. Like we say, they're in a bind, so they need the help.
So there is more assistance these days down here.
Well, this is the first I've seen them.
So who's determining that? The state
No.
or county? It's a county thing.
It's the federal government. They're the ones that have the authority over the border, not us. The driver was a migrant. We charge him with a felony smuggling.
So do they go to prison here?
They'll go to jail here and then convicted somewhere down the line. I mean, we got so many, it's going to be years before they get.
So they're going to U.S. jails. They're not being sent back.
The smugglers aren't. These 3 individuals are.
Smugglers, no.
No.
Even though they're illegal.
Right. No, because he's going to jail. He committed a crime. The guy's riding. They've committed a civil crime, which Border Patrol can enforce. I can't enforce that. I can enforce that smuggler because it's a state. There's a state law.
Oh, interesting. So it's pretty complex.
What did he just
They're not
say?
being sent back.
The smugglers aren't. These 3 individuals are.
But the smugglers, no.
No.
Even
I'm lost. He said he could send.
No, because he's going to jail. He committed a crime. The guy's riding. They've committed a civil, which Border Patrol can enforce.
Okay.
I can't enforce that. I can enforce that smuggler because it's a state law.
It's pretty complex.
Well, really, if you think about it, it's not. I mean, yeah, of who gets who. That's what we call it. I know that if we catch a smuggler and come get.
You don't do
God damn.
No, because he's going to jail. He committed a crime. The guy's riding. They've committed a civil crime, which Border Patrol can enforce. I can't enforce that. I can enforce that smuggler because it's a state. There's a state law.
Oh, interesting. So it's pretty complex.
Well, really, if you think about it,
I didn't know that.
yeah, of who gets who. That's what we call it. I know that if we catch a smuggler and we call the Border Patrol to come get the illegals, they'll say, which one's mine? And we want that one, that one, that one, that one's yours, you know, and then we keep the one that we actually have authority over.
That's U.S. taxpayer money to put them in jail, obviously.
Oh yeah, it's it does cost. It costs us very much. But you know, I don't feel so bad when it's a felony a day or $100 a day.
Yep.
Who's that going to save? You know.
And so, meanwhile, these Airbnbs are right here, and this is happening right down the road. And I bet most of them don't even know, right?
No, they don't. It doesn't bother them. Doesn't faze them. Yeah, so.
It's like different work.
Hold on. So people getting Airbnbs right along the border right there, like where the crossings hit. Now that's some interesting shit right there, man.
Worlds on top of each other here.
It is.
What's the price? Where
we are kind of some someone says 500.
Be great. No, man.
I don't know if we ever get a real story. I always ask them, you raise $5,000 wherever you come from. That's pretty good change, you know. I don't carry $5,000 with me to go, but I think that they've promised to do things for maybe the cartel or something like that. But and I'm sure there are ones that have paid. And you know what's funny is a lot of times the groups are always the same amount, you know, within 13 or 8, kind of the walk-in groups. Now there are big groups of 100, 150, but you know, during when they were having a lot of the family units come.
The agents are from New York?
Yeah, those agents.
Because that was a lot of force for just one car, wasn't it? A lot of people?
Well, in the eyes of the federal government, it was about right.
Okay.
And if it was here, it'd probably be just him or him.
Just 2 of you?
No, usually one.
Usually just one.
Just one on a car like that?
Oh, yeah.
That seems quite dangerous,
Damn.
yeah.
You just don't have enough.
That's all they got.
People.
Maybe I'm missing. Let me go back, y'all.
HSI agents, then they're all from New York. And I said, well, I couldn't talk to them. I have to talk to somebody from Texas because I couldn't understand them.
Yeah.
The agents are from New York?
Yeah, those
That nigga
agents.
say he can't understand the
'Cause
people
that was-
from New York. West Coast.
What y'all doing?
Going home.
For the day?
Yeah, for me. Oh,
Hello.
that one? New York. New York.
I just met a bunch of guys from New York.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, all those HSI agents, then they're all from New York. And I said, well, I couldn't talk to them. I have to talk to somebody from Texas because I couldn't understand them.
Yeah.
The agents are from New York?
Yeah, those agents.
Because that was a lot of force for just one car, wasn't it? A lot of people?
Well, in the eyes of the federal government, it was about right.
Okay.
And if it was here, it'd probably be just him or him.
Just 2 of you?
No, usually one.
Usually just one.
Just one on a car like that?
Oh, yeah.
That seems
Damn.
quite dangerous, yeah.
We just don't have enough. There's not enough people.
And if he catches them all the time right here.
Okay.
And I'm coming from you saw the Terlinger Ranch, right?
Yep.
Well, that's my normal area, so if he stops one, I may have to run all the way from there to here to help him. Because I have to come I take
Maybe I'm just tripping or something, but I assumed that it was like a whole lot of officers, sheriffs, and troopers, and military people all over the border, man. These 3 dudes. This is crazy.
custody of whoever he arrests, like the driver.
Okay.
I'll take custody of him.
So how, maybe scary is the wrong word, but how scary is that to come up on a bunch of guys, just yourself? It's like you got to be on your toes, right?
Well, I mean, most of the people are armed nowadays, so
Most of them are armed.
I got some armed ones, you know, so it's a common practice now.
Are they all cooperating with you, or it
Damn.
depends?
This is,
They run.
man, I don't know about y'all, but
Once
this
they
is
bail out of
interesting
the
to
car, they
me.
take off running, and you got one guy, and he can't catch 10. You know, he catches some give-ups or people that just don't want to, or
Yep.
you know.
Way to give
But
up.
usually he's looking for the driver. When people were talking about building a wall, and I would say, well, we're not really for a wall here. Oh, I caught a lot of criticism, but people haven't been here. You can't rope off our river just to give it to Mexico. Wall, where I've been, is built back into the United States.
Oh yeah.
You see, so that puts us. We're a big tourist. We got Big Bend National Park. What are you going to do? Build a wall so far back in that nobody can you access the river anymore? Or,
good point. Good point.
And then
I never thought of that.
Some of our places are.
I have never heard this point of view right here, man. You know what I'm saying? If y'all have, probably so. But I ain't never heard that point of view right there, man. I ain't never heard that. This is interesting.
Big wall canyons that need a wall. But if you did that, then all these businesses you saw that down around here that were the river rafting companies and stuff, they're gone.
So the wall is really...
Oh, so damn. So basically what he's saying, when Trump built that wall hurt a lot of the business and a lot of the economy around that area. He hurt more Americans than he did Mexicans. See, man, I learn something new all the time.
It really depends where you're at. Because in South Texas,
they could use a wall if they want one. Yeah.
They're big fan. A lot of people are big fans of it. I could see how it helped them with the technology on the wall,
right?
Especially.
So here,
but here, that's interesting.
Here would it would devastate our county.
This is the Rio Grande right here.
It would devastate the county.
See how the river's growing right in there?
Oh, is that little trickle?
Yeah, that's the river.
So this is all Mexico.
That's all Mexico here.
So to come to the States, you pretty much just take a few steps over.
Places over here where it's trails, you know.
That's almost unbelievable. Mexico, USA. Can we go down there?
Yeah, we'll drive over here and go down there to the water. We can't. Let's drive down there.
Okay.
Let's drive down there. We ain't gonna walk down there, man.
This is your buddy's house.
Yeah.
And this, bro, I don't know about y'all, man, but this is very interesting to me, man. Just from, I'm gonna say what I've been taught or what I assumed about the border.
Here we go. It's just a pond. It's a pond now. Yeah. So you were saying when you were young, you used to dive off here?
Right over here. Jump right off in that water. See these
dive off this ledge?
Right here?
Okay. And it was deep enough.
Yeah. But, I mean, this is seasonal. We're in a drought. We're in a bad, bad drought.
Right. So what I'm looking at right now, this let me know that like these people just have these homes along the border. Y'all just seen how close they said they were to the border.
A nice place. So people are just coming here for vacation.
Yeah.
It's okay to go in.
He's probably expecting some guests.
So this is a for rent Airbnb. Very nice place.
Nice little spot, man.
I'll get the link from you.
Man, they got some nice little spot. Hey, man, might have to go give me an Airbnb on the border, man, so I can make me some videos like this, man. Man, shout out to you, Peter, man. Hey, man, you great, man, for real. This is a very informative video, man.
Okay. I'll put it in the description, guys. You want to stay in a very unique place in this world, in Texas, with Mexico out your front door, this is the place.
And then the scenery, shit, man, that's some shit out of a movie, man, for real.
Wow. What an interesting part of the country.
Facts.
They all got together here and they crossed back and forth and ate each other's barbecue and stuff like that.
There used to be a festival here.
They may have it again this year, but COVID's messed it up, you know.
Hold up. So you mean tell me this is the little river? Now they be saying people crossing the river. So you mean to tell me this is the river that some people crossed at some point? This is how the river look? And it sounds like he's saying that they meet up and have barbecues right here. Man, come on, man. Has America been lying to us, man?
So everyone just hangs out together.
Yeah, they get in the water and water's here and they all play and splash. The people from that side and this side all meet here.
Oh, that's cool. So what's the law?
There's family. So there's families that live here that have family that live there.
Right.
I mean, they can't help it. They're just right there. So
do you think any of them, like at night, cross over to see their family and cross back?
there are people that do, but nobody really cares because they come, they go, they come.
Okay.
They're not coming and
Okay.
staying. I actually,
Nobody never told me this. I thought it was just some major, a war at the border. Man, this is crazy, man.
believe there are people that still work on this side that cross back over. There's another crossing way down there. We can go to this crossing's all walk here.
Oh, we can walk the crossing?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but you can't walk into Mexico. You can walk in, you just can't come back.
Can't come back. So, Sheriff, if I went...
I didn't know that. So if you cross over, you got to go through the people to come back to be legal.
across the other side, you wouldn't let me back.
Should not stay there.
That's some tough love. Okay.
I would take a picture of you in Mexico and say you better get.
You ready for this?
Go ahead, whichever the ants.
All right. Ants in my pants. Okay, this is the border. That's it. So there we go, Mexico, United States. If I walk to this little plant here, legally, I'm not allowed back into the United States. I gotta go through Mexico.
Man, maybe I'm tripping, but I want to make some videos like this. I ain't gonna lie, man. This shit is cool as ever to me,
Port of
man.
entry.
But if we just tow it up to here, I'm still legal. All right.
As long as you're in the center of the river.
Center of the river. Your coworkers at the market were saying in this county, there's only 3 of you patrolling this border.
Today there is, because I'm down here with you, but
Yeah.
for the most part, there's only one at a time.
For how many miles?
Well, there's 193 miles of border. These guys cover a certain section, and the other section's not covered. We've got some cameras, and we've got some day guys going down there, and some that set off, they respond.
Yeah.
But there's nobody there.
How do you feel about that as a sheriff?
God, man, I wished we had. That's their job. It's the government's job to secure this border. And they don't have the men to do it.
Damn.
They pay them good.
Man, I have never heard, like in Texas, this is what we would consider a good old boy. So to hear a good old boy speak like this, man, this is really amazing to me, because I had never heard a good old boy make these arguments. That's because we be listening to people that's running for office, politicians, people that probably never even been down here. That's why I say it's good to listen to the people who got boots on the ground, man.
Good. The job, I guess, just isn't that glamorous. I don't
So
know
people don't want to sign up for the job?
They're not signing up for it. You know, in this area, it's changing, a little bit changing. But the thing that's changing is our people aren't switching to become Republicans. They're still Democrats. They're just very conservative.
Okay. Yeah.
You know?
And how do they feel about border policy?
I like
Most
that,
people
man. Let me
living
run
around
that back, man. I like this guy,
The job,
man.
I guess, just isn't that glamorous. I don't
So
know
people don't want to sign up for the job?
They're not signing up for it. You know, in this area, it's changing, a little bit changing. But the thing that's changing is our people aren't switching to become Republicans. They're still Democrats. They're just very conservative.
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
And how do they feel about border policy? Most people living around here.
Not down here so much, but like in Alpine, they don't want the illegal immigration.
Right.
I'm talking even our Hispanics. They're saying we don't want illegal immigration. I think they would be just like anybody if you had like we talked about, a port of entry where we could hire people,
Yeah.
come and put people to work legitimately,
Yeah.
pay them a real wage. Don't do them like the old days where they brought them in and paid them $1 a day.
Right.
Pay them a real wage. If we
Right.
had some help, some people move in. I mean, we need help.
Yeah.
We need help. And if you go to Lubbock or Amarillo, Odessa, Midland, Dallas, if you go into their restaurants and stuff and you go in the back kitchens, that's what's there.
Hold on, man. Man, I guess that's why they got him down there in them sticks. They'll never bring him out them woods like that, man, because this is against everything they've been trying to teach us.
Illegal migrants.
Illegal migrants.
Okay.
You know, but there's no border patrolman there.
Yep.
There's no border patrol, no ICE, no customs there working those restaurants. Down here, we call ourselves the occupied territory. I own a little ranch on the other side of the park here, and I need fence built and stuff. And if I hired somebody, and if they were illegal, man, my butt would be in jail. But you can go to Odessa, you can go to Houston, and go to Home Depot, and hire any bunch of illegals you want to come dig.
Why can they do it?
Because there's nobody enforcing.
Man, that's crazy.
Enforcing it. State peace officers have no authority over.
Okay, what about ICE?
Well, is there enough of them?
Okay.
You know, and they have things called job site work enforcement. They have some rules, and they're very constrictive to ICE, and you need to ask them about it. But I understand that I've seen them come in, asking employers, say, hey, do you have all your I-99s for all your employees? And they go, yeah, we got them. Well, tomorrow we'll be back.
Okay.
To look at them. Well, tomorrow you come back, there's only 3 guys working there. You know?
Right.
So they basically, it's not the ICE guy's fault. It's the way the government's told them they got to do it.
From what I understand, it doesn't really benefit anyone because, look, I hold nothing against the migrants that come here for a better life. I would do the same thing, right? Like, I'd want to make more money and provide more for my family.
Man, you can't say that in front of him, boy. Chill out.
But they come in, they're illegal, they get pulled over in 3 years, they could be deported, right?
Exactly.
So they built a family a little bit up here, a life, and then they don't have the stability in this country.
Right.
We don't, in this country, have the stability of knowing that people are legal or illegal.
Right.
It benefits nobody.
I've seen guys here 20 years and get pulled over one night for a tail light, you know, up north in Chicago and stuff, and they deport them back here. Well, they don't even have a life here anymore.
Right.
Dang.
That's brutal.
Man, I never really thought about that, though. Like, to me, that's some real shit. Like, a lot of them people get sent back. You've been over here 20 years, shit. You don't even have a life in Mexico no more. A lot of people don't even remember you no more. Probably don't even know you. Your people might have passed away or moved away. Like, man, this is, damn, I never thought about this, man.
And then they're stuck.
Yeah.
And then if they come back, they're aliens, criminal aliens entering the country, you know, re-entries. And they get, I'm telling you, we've more than one time in the last month, we've caught people that that's happened to them, and they speak as good English as you do. You know, they're just stuck. So.
Wow. The simple solution is make an easier legal pathway, but enforce it instead of have this open borders sort of quasi cat and mouse game. And
I wouldn't even start to say, you know, I mean, that's just one of the, I think that's one of the ways to do it. You still got to make sure you're not want to let murders and rapists and drug dealers in the country.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, you're mixing a culture that's way different than your culture.
Yep.
It's not about race. It's all about culture. Their culture, for example, marrying girls is a lot younger than your culture of marrying girls here.
How young does it go?
Some of them are, you know, 15 years old.
Right.
And if you come over here, and if you're a 35-year-old man with a 15-year-old girl, you're going to jail.
Right. So different values.
There is, and it's
systems,
a whole different culture, even amongst our
Right.
Hispanics in the United States versus the Hispanics in Mexico. Yes, they have heritage, but the culture is so much different.
And he ain't lying, man. And living in Texas, I've seen shit like where they call them the Tejanos, like the Hispanic guys that are born over here. And I see how the difference of, I guess you could say how they, I ain't gonna say how they treat each other or how they look at each other. You could say treat. I guess it's a difference of respect when you from the original land or you originally from Mexico, or if you was born over here. That's crazy because I've heard stuff like this. I've heard situations to where they had problems of beefing. One of them might call each other WB, wetback, or they call them white boy because they from over here.
Right.
And once we learn how to get those cultures together, we'll be all right. We'll get better. But that's where it is.
Yeah, serious
That's
ants,
right.
Oh,
huh?
You need some
Here
help
we
on
go.
that.
So you were saying you're a big TikToker?
Well, yeah, I started. I don't have a Facebook or anything. I got a little Instagram thing. I can share pictures of my grandson with people and fishing trips. But I believe Facebook probably and social media's done a huge damage to our country.
Damn.
Because you can get on there and be Facebook tough.
Man, did y'all hear the sheriff?
Talk bad about people.
Let me
Make
go
up
back.
lies. Fishing trips. But I believe Facebook probably and social media's done a huge damage to our country.
Yeah.
Because you can get on there and be Facebook tough, talk bad about people, make up lies.
Facebook tough.
Facebook tough.
I like
People
that.
like to be.
Right. So tough until you have to actually deal with the problem.
Yeah.
So a
Facebook
scout car is
tough.
what exactly?
Like, it'll come down and see where the cops are, what the situation is. They report back. They've got a little cell phone service here. Like I told you, they got a network.
So your partner down here thinks he found a scout?
Yeah, well, we saw it go by, and I thought, but he ran the tag, and it comes back to a town that's fairly close. You gotta remember, rooms here are $350, $400 a night. So the vehicle that pulls in here doesn't match.
So your partner down here thinks he found a scout?
We
Yeah, well, we saw it go by, and I thought, but he ran the tag, and it comes back to a town that's fairly close. You gotta remember, rooms here are $350, $400 a night. So the vehicle that pulls in here doesn't match something that would come this way.
Okay.
See that over there?
What, where the lady just came out?
Yeah.
So I let y'all know when they run them plates, you better be matching the area.
She sure is interested in what I'm doing. Hey, did you run this tag?
He said she sure is interested in what I'm doing.
Okay, 10-4. One went inside. She was pretty interested in what I was doing. The other one's sitting in the car.
Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna pretend that they're getting the reservation, but I doubt it.
You want me to go check if she's doing it?
The desk will tell us.
Oh.
We not only employ us, but we've got the help of some of the community that help us a lot.
Say the people
Get
at
in
the
the chase
desk,
within the next.
man said the people in the desk gonna let him know if they for real or not.
15 minutes so I can come back.
I'll do that. Don't worry. I'll do that.
Height 507 and weight 180 for a failed to appear on a assault class 5. Shows a warrant out of Hector County.
Okay, well, I wasn't going to leave. I was going to carry her back, but if I'll give you something to drive back home with.
10-4, sir.
He's going back to Outback. He can take her. We don't have to.
So your hunch
Yeah,
was right.
something to drive
She's
with.
wanted.
That's called. They said, give you something to drive back with. They talking about they gonna arrest old girl and them give him something back to drive back with. Boy, that's cold.
Catch her smuggling, but we did catch her. So she's wanted out of another county. They'll leave this road that we just came off of, and they'll take this. In the middle of the night, it's real great. It's not patrolled. It's hard to be detected on. It's used pretty frequently.
How does the migration route work? Like they go here and then where? Like to Odessa or?
If they get past Interstate 10, they've pretty much got it beat.
Damn.
Okay.
Because there's no border patrol, there's nothing up.
Never
Nothing
knew
else.
that.
There's some, but they're very scattered, very, very seldom seen. But once they make it that far,
Interstate 10, you got
they've got a
beat.
free range.
That man said once they get to I-10, they got them beat. Damn. Learn something new every day.
And we're talking from here 130 miles. They can make that 130 miles. They've almost got it licked.
So in this area of Texas, since we're close to the border, They want to get through here as quickly as possible.
Yes, they're not
no one's
staying
hanging out around.
No, there's no jobs here. When people talk to me about what's the illegal immigrant problem in my communities, and there's none. We don't have it. They move on. They move on.
Oh, so basically the illegal immigrants gonna hang around there. If they know everybody around there is pretty much on the up and up. If the immigrants do come, they just keep it moving.
To the towns that have the jobs, the bigger cities.
What's going on here?
So this is a marker. They've marked this trail. It means something to somebody. You know, the way they've stacked the rocks, it means something. And so they know this is the path. They're on the right track where they're supposed to be going.
In a car or by foot here?
In a car. That's why it's so big. A lot of the foot ones will be smaller, and they'll be closer to the trails and stuff.
Okay. So what do you do with these?
I just leave them. Most of the smugglers have quit using them. They know, the coyotes know
They already know the area.
Right. So, beautiful country out here. Really gets nice on this road. Do you ever just stay like out here waiting, or it's just too infrequent? You're gonna get a car whenever.
You could sit out here a week, month, nothing happened. The day you leave, they'll all come. You can't predict it. That's why we use.
Hey man, the way he put the shit, he make it make sense, man.
The camera system we got now, because it's a whole lot easier.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I don't have to get out of bed for an hour. Once I have a camera here and it goes off, picks me a car up, I can get down, catch him up on the highway. There's no sense. Yeah, we're working this thing a whole lot better than we used to. Okay. Instead of chasing, we're catching.
So the road goes right into the park.
Yeah, it drives right across the top of the park.
What are we doing back here?
I think I just seen what the buzzers was.
Oh, like something might be dead? Are those turkey vultures? What are those?
They may get on.
Turkey vultures.
One snake. All of them looking to fight for food, but I don't see no. So there's blood here. That's probably what they've got. Something.
They probably already got it.
Who's camera?
That they shut this down, closed it down.
Yeah. So there used to be a crossing here.
They used to mine fluorspar across the river there. And all those houses and stuff, you can see where they break all the tin off of them. That's all on the Mexican side. They scavenged it, and they took it and used it at other places and stuff like that. They shut this down, closed it down. A couple of years ago, we had two drunks come full speed and hit this.
Oh, damn.
And they ended up, they knocked that down out here on the
They drunk.
Damn. Are there many cameras down here?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, okay. Okay.
Now on this crossing here, we ended up a lot of times when the Mexican army shows up. It's not many days after that we used to get drug crossings. It was almost like the Mexican army fronted the drugs to come here, you know. And we'd encounter them a lot of times sitting over here, and then 2 or 3 days later after they left, and we'd either catch a big marijuana load or something like that over there. So, tad bit of corruption.
So this is one of the popular places, or not so much these days?
Yes, this is very popular.
Say I'm Nicaraguan, Guatemalan, Honduran, whatever. I come up, I make it over, I get caught.
Right.
What happens?
Well, you're going to be processed. If you're caught, processed, and then they'll probably give you we'll call it a citation to appear before an administrative judge. And it could be anywhere. Your tickets should say Dallas, Chicago, someplace where they have an opening on a certain date. You may make the date, you may never make the date, but they give you that and then trust you that you're going to show up for the.
Oh, they give you. Damn, that's all they do.
For that court
What
date.
percentage of people, migrants, show up, or it's unknown?
It's it's really unknown.
Okay.
Because sometimes the date
Probably
can be
none.
18 months. You know?
Okay, so say I'm basically caught, I'm let go, I have a court hearing in 18 months maybe. Then what? Like what?
Well, the best thing, what they usually do is, like when if we catch someone, we turn over Border Patrol. Border Patrol processes them. They then in turn take them to a bigger processing place in El Paso. And at that point in time, a lot of these Catholic relief organizations will come, pick them up, and then further them into the United States to where possibly they have family already and aunts and uncles, and try to move into those areas where these people have somebody that they can live with.
What if they don't have aunts and uncles or family?
I guess they help them establish some kind of place to stay.
So the federal government gives Catholic charities money to deal with that work.
It's just a big old the Catholic people, the feds get the Catholic money. Why don't the Fed just give the money to the people? Oh, crazy.
I'd have to say they do something like that, because I don't know unless the Catholics are spending their own money to do it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So how is traffic right now? Is it the worst ever?
This is the worst we've ever seen. I guess people have argued, well, it's because you got more people out there and you're catching them. I don't think so. We've just never seen it, this many people coming.
Yeah.
And next week, when the Title 42, we understand that in certain places on the river, there's over 100,000. And then further west of us, there's probably 60 to 80,000 that are going to cross. Let's hope they don't cross all at one time, because I don't know how we.
That's next week.
Yeah, Title 42.
That was shot May 2022.
And Title 42 is basically some COVID.
Well, it's basically
almost a year
health
ago.
and safety, and for COVID related. So they wouldn't let them. They have to remain in Mexico type deal. So.
But so many have gotten over it, even despite 42.
Oh yeah, there's lots going on.
Yeah.
And you got to understand, when you look at our Facebook page, you look at Border Patrols, and you say, God, look at all the people they caught. Man, that is a small percentage. That's a small. There's a lot that we don't catch.
Thank you, Sheriff, for bringing us in, because it's very hard to get access these days.
Well, the people just need to know. I mean, and if you're the guy getting the word out, that's what we need. I mean, it's not all about flying helicopters and getting great stories. It's about what's really happening on the ground.
Damn. Well, man, I don't know about y'all, man, but this was very informative, man. A lot of stuff I never heard before. That's what I need y'all to do, man. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm sorry y'all ain't hollering and yelling and all this shit. But I do be in Mexico. Yeah, man, I'm out, man. Shit.